Well, you probably know this. Prescription prices are outrageous. Americans in some instances are paying 10 times more than what people pay in other countries like Germany, the UK, Canada, and other countries for the same medicine. One U.S. senator has been a one-man crusade for more than 25 years to right this obvious wrong. Too bad he can't get his colleagues to help him. Earlier today, I spoke with Senator Bernie Sanders of Vermont. Senator, thank you very much for joining me. And I've done a little research. You have been fighting for fair drug prices since you were in Congress. 25 years ago, you introduced your first act, the Prescription Drug Fairness for Citizens Act, 1999. What is the problem that now the drug prices are still catastrophically high compared to other countries?
Absolutely. We are paying by far the highest prices in the world for prescription drugs, as you may or may not know. If you've done some research, I've taken trips of Americans over the Canadian border, where in some cases we have bought the same exact product for 1/10 of the price in Canada compared to the United States. And in fact, prices around the world are even less expensive than in Canada. So we're getting ripped off, and our goal now is to take on the pharmaceutical industry and very simply tell them, hey, don't charge us prices in America that are higher than the people in other countries.
Well, you've been quite a warrior for the drug industry. I mean, that's no secret. You've introduced a number of acts on this, but you've got sort of an uphill battle. Last year, and according to my research, the big pharma spent $379 million on lobbying. So you've got sort of a heavy lift with some of your colleagues.
They are, next to Wall Street, the most powerful political force in the country. Believe it or not, and this is true, they have 1,800 well-paid lobbyists here in Washington to make sure the Democrats and Republicans do nothing to protect the American people. Now, the good news is we have made a little bit of progress, some progress in the last few years. If you are on insulin right now and you're a senior, you will not be paying more than $35 a month. We've worked hard on that issue. If you have asthma and you use an inhaler, we are moving now 2 out of the major 4 companies are not charging the hundreds of dollars they used to charge for the inhalers, but $35. The major one by the end of the year will also reduce their prices. If you are a senior, no matter how many ailments you have, and no matter how many prescription drugs you take, you will not be paying more than $2,000 out of pocket. So those are good steps forward. It ain't enough. And right now we're taking on Novo Nordisk, who produce, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I know you're taking on that produces like Ozempic and Wegovy, which are Ozempic, you can get it's $900 more per month here in the United States and Germany. Wegovy is $1,250 more per month than in England. But those drugs yes, are important for diabetes and for cardiac problems and other problems. And because they are also, people lose weight, they think it's just sort of a vanity drug. But those are important drugs.
No, but that may be the case with some people, but let's be clear. The reality is that we have a diabetes epidemic in America, and we have an obesity epidemic. And this is not, somebody getting into a bikini. When you are overweight, you have a whole bunch of different ailments that end up not only leading to death and suffering, but cost the healthcare system hundreds of billions of dollars. What people have told me, I mean, people who have studied the issue, scientists, is that if we could make Ozempic affordable, we could save some 40,000 lives every single year, and that is our goal. You're right. In Germany, they pay $59 for that product. We pay close to $1,000. That makes no sense to me at all. So we are working right now to bring that price down as low as we can.
But it's actually a catastrophic price that we have to pay here. Most Americans can't afford it. But as you describe it, saying you made inroads, it seems though that this is more a systemic problem than just a few drugs. I know Medicare can now begin in April negotiating prices, but I'm thinking to myself, in April, why didn't this start a long time ago? But it seems to be more of a systemic problem, although you're mentioning a couple of drugs.
But Greta, let me interrupt you. You're right. Should have been done a long time ago. But let's acknowledge finally we have made some progress, and the Biden administration deserves credit for that. And the reason we have not made progress, again, is not only the 1,800 lobbyists here, It is the massive amounts of campaign contributions. You go look it up. If you've done some research, Pharma and all the drug companies put huge amounts of money into candidates, into elected officials. So, you know, we have a corrupt political system in terms of campaign finance, and we got to address that issue as well.
Well, I very much appreciate coming out, because I actually know, because I did my research, that you have been almost a single warrior for drugs. You've introduced a number of bills, you know, since you've been in the Senate, and I appreciate it. And I hope that you get some of your colleagues to start doing it, because it's a very important bipartisan problem for this nation. So thank you, sir.
Yes, it is. Well, thank you very much.